all the balls just hit the umpire right in the mask. That's how they should stop. That's how they should stop the ball. Anyway,
I'm okay with that.
Josh.
I'm okay with that only if the catcher still wears the full catching getup when they're out in the field,
Yeah.
so they're running around with
Yes.
pads and stuff. Okay, we're on the same page.
Has to stay in full gear at all times. And he has to play by like the shortstop, like uncomfortably close to where you're like, why is he even out there? He's not going to be able to get it to any balls faster than the shortstop. That's the kind of stuff. All right, Josh, throwing it to you. Add, change, subtract, or rule. What do you got?
Well, I didn't choose my favorite sport, but if you want to make golf entertaining, fuck all this my turn, your turn. How many turns does it take? We got 4 people. They all tee off at the same time. First one to get it in the hole wins.
So you're thinking more like a serious chess based game where you got to do a timer instead.
I don't know. Sure, I said change one rule. If you want me to change 2 rules, you can hire me. We can work something out. I'm not.
No, I'm asking you. You'd like to see golf be less point based and more time based.
I just want to see something entertaining.
So you don't like golf at all?
Maybe they could even like hit each other once or something. Like a body check, not with the golf club, but
yeah, I think I do.
Oh,
that's a nice. I like that idea of you have to stand by your ball at all times, even if you're in the middle of the fairway. You have to keep one club touching your ball at all times. So that would be fun.
Then it gives the guy teeing off, the guy hitting the ball, the choice to whether he wants to go for the hole or injure the player. It's a game within the game.
And imagine if the golf player's a pitcher.
Yeah.
You're telling me that a guy that's running after his ball and another guy aims at him and hits him right in the head, that's not making SportsCenter top 10?
It should be. Yeah. I think that's an excellent argument. It definitely should be on SportsCenter, no doubt about that. Jack, coming your way now.
I love Josh's pitch, just golf, but it's a different sport. I wish I had thought of that.
I wish it was golf, but there was no objective anymore. Except for violence. Yeah. It was just violence now.
The first thing I came up with was a couple rugby law changes, but I figured that wouldn't play well. So the NBA has become more mercenary. There's a lot of drama with that. My new rule will be that in the playoffs, every team that wins a series can take one player from the losing team and add them to their squad for the rest of the year. You can only do it once, so you need to, like, if you think you're making the conference finals, you might wait to do it, or you pull the trigger in the first round. No one wants to play with Patrick Beverley, so you got to manage egos and all that stuff. More great players would say with small market teams, like Damian Lillard could know that he could just hitch a ride with the Lakers because they need a point guard and stuff. It would be crazy. People would be talking about it all the time. It'd be a lot of fun.
I think it's a good rule. I do. I really do.
Would they stay on their team after that year?
No, they go back to their old team.
All
so
right,
the rest of their team didn't get a ring, but Damian Lillard did, which would honestly feel right to me.
Nice. Yeah, I think some good. I do agree with John. I think strikeouts should be 4 strikes. I think they should just even it up. 4 balls, 4 strikes. Make it really tough on the pitchers. You want to add offense? That's how you do it. Give them 4 strikes. That's my opinion on that. I will say the baseball rule that I would like to change, in all earnest, is I think that if you spend below a certain amount of money and you miss the playoffs by a certain amount of games, you should be sent to AAA. Baseball is ruined, and hear me out here. This is my the hill I die on. Baseball is ruined by fucking billionaires who pretend to be poor so that they don't have to pay extra players money. And what happens is they go like, no, we're going to try to be like the A's for Moneyball. And everyone's like, wow, they're really brave for not spending any money and missing the playoffs in fucking 15 straight years. It's like, no, these guys are rich. They should be spending. I mean, like the Pittsburgh Pirates salary coming into the season was like $75 million. And the Dodgers is like 230. It's like you can't pretend you're trying to win as many games as the Dodgers. It's bullshit, and I think that they should be penalized for it. Anyway, after 2 rounds of Let's Argue, I got Jack with 10 points, John with 12 points, Josh with 11. These points are completely arbitrary. I'm just throwing,
they're not. They're real.
I'm just throwing tick marks onto a page. We're going to get into the last one right here. This is my favorite one. I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie the other night. I don't know if anyone else has watched it. Anyone? Raise of hand. No? No one.
I watch real fighting.
Okay. All right. I watched the new Mortal Kombat movie the other night. Fantastic. Great movie to just get absolutely fucking blitzed and just watch it. It is, they don't even try to make it a good story. They're like, we know what you want to see. You want to see fatalities. We got you. And it got me thinking about some other stuff. You're the leader of an all-sports fight-to-the-death tournament. What is the best fight you think you could put together? We will start this one with Josh Means.
All right. Well, you remember the movie The Condemned with Stone Cold?
I do remember the movie The Condemned with Stone Cold.
That's the way we do it. All right. 10 people. The top star from 10 different sports dropped off on an island to fight to the death. I've listed the fighters and the weapons they would start with. Tiger Woods, golf club. Floyd Mayweather, brass knuckles. Danica Patrick, tire iron. Serena Williams, tennis racket, but like with spikes. Alexander Ovechkin with a skate. Tom Brady, I'd drop him off with nothing. Ronaldo, he gets a couple models his last few days. Brock Lesnar gets Paul Heyman.
Oh, nice.
Mookie Betts gets a barbed wire baseball bat. Shout out to Cactus Jack. And LeBron gets an AK-47 because I'm a fan of his. And
you don't care about
to use it.
Okay, I do like that, doing like a shitty, like made for home. What is it? Straight to DVD action movie where
like a Hulu original.
Yeah, where you're like digging around at Walmart and you're like, what? This is out? I didn't know this was a thing.
Only $4. All right.
Yeah. All right, Jack, what do you think? You put together an all sports fight to the death tournament. What's the best fight you think you can get?
I love finding Hulu originals at Walmart. But first off, there aren't going to be any MMA fighters involved in mine because it's their job. It's not a passion for them. The best fights are fueled by passion. I don't know if anyone's seen that old clip of Jim Rome getting knocked over by Jim Everett after he calls him Chrissy Everett.
Sure.
And I'm thinking something like that. I say the fight that everyone wants to see is Skip Bayless versus LeBron. So I would really like watching. It's been building for years. It would be like Mortal Kombat, so they get weapons. As Josh mentioned earlier, LeBron gets an AK-47 and Skip gets to use rhetoric.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned, speaking of rhetoric, Jack, of all this anti-journalism coming from you. Did you watch that QAnon documentary and take it seriously? What's going on? You okay?
No, you watched Mortal Kombat and took it seriously and made a joke out of it.
In all seriousness, check out Mortal Kombat. It's actually a pretty fun movie.
Mortal Kombat, your pitch for it was they didn't even try with the plot.
Oh, dude, it's great. It's fantastic. They cram so much plot into like an hour. I was like, wait, that was the end of the movie? Because you're like, there's no way it was that little buildup for such big action. Anyway, yeah, great. I think LeBron Skip Bayless is fun. Do you think LeBron cares about Skip Bayless, or do you think LeBron gets it?
It's a fight to the death, so he's going to have to care or get his ankles gnawed off.
Okay, so you don't think it's so much about LeBron's sympathy for the world and more just about life or death for him?
Yeah, it's life or death. This is the motivation tactic that Ty Lue used, Eric Spoelstra used. All the coaches that get the best out of LeBron, they've let him know it's life or death.
Yeah, LeBron could probably kill him pacifistically, though, of just like running in a circle. I don't think Skip could keep up for long.
I have some theories on that, but I don't want to spoil the new Space Jam 2. I think we're going to see this play out on the silver screen.
I didn't know you were working on that film, Jack. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry. I know you probably have NDAs up to this.
JB Creamies in Hollywood now, and we're getting it done.
Good. Okay, glad to hear you're getting work in the pandemic, Jack.
Yeah, we do. This podcast looks like all four of us showed up to the same Netflix serial killer audition.
We're just all reading the character differently.
Straight to Hulu.
Yeah.
My vision was more like a Ted Bundy kind of guy. All right. John,
Well, the great thing
together Kumite. What do you got?
The great thing about both combat sports and combat movies is that it makes guys like us think we could fight, right? It gets in our head. It gets us thinking like, oh, I should work on my nunchuck skills. I should, choke out my kid just to see if it will work, So what I think you do, you pit guys that get boners about MMA versus guys that get boners about Mortal Kombat, and you let those two guys, those groups of guys, just fight like hooligan style in a park. Just they both all run into each other.
Yeah.
See what happens. I think it we would know which team is which because the Mortal Kombat guys will be in costumes. The MMA guys will be in Affliction T-shirts and whatever they wear now. And I think those two groups of people that think they could fight would be beautiful. I would love to. I love to see fighters that can't fight. That's the best fight.
Those are the best fights. Yeah, for sure. That is the best fight to see in public too. Is the guy. I don't think I've ever told the story on here. One time I saw a fight in Midtown leaving the bars where it was just a Russian dude standing like old school, like almost like like Notre Dame fighting Irish style fighter, and just yelling at a guy, "This is my fucking city," while the other guys just spit loogies at him and said, "This is not your fucking city." And then that was the entire fight. Was the dude was just standing there going, "This is my fucking city, man," and then the other guy was like just spitting at him, going, "It's not your city. I'll beat your ass right now." And the guy just wouldn't move. It was the weirdest fight, but yeah, just a guy who thinks that he can stand his ground. Totally. All right. After 3 rounds, we got Jack with 16 points, John with 17 points, and Josh with 16 points. So pretty close game.
Oof.
I wonder who's in charge of the points here. Keeping it close. A little bit Donahue action going on here. Anyway, we are going to play the next game. This game is called Offensive Pass Interference. You will be gifted 1 point for a correct answer here. This game is yes or no. Today, in celebration of we had to move the show this week, or this month, I'm sorry. We moved it to the 4th Tuesday of the month because the 3rd Tuesday of the month was 420, everyone's favorite holiday, and Jesse was doing other stuff at Stab. So I figured in honor of 420, we would do an offensive pass interference about athletes who have been arrested for marijuana possession. These are people who were arrested for marijuana possession, not people who were suspended by their respective leagues for testing positive for marijuana. Okay, we will start with Jack because he is alphabetically first and tied for 2nd place right now. Jack, Michael Phelps, yes or no?
Yes.
He was not arrested for weed. I put this one in here to trick people. Michael Phelps actually just had a picture of him taken at a party smoking weed. And then he had to come out and be like, I smoke weed a bunch.
That was the first bong I ever saw, was that picture in the grocery store. And I asked my brother what it was. And he said, if you have to ask, you'll never know, which is not true. Such a rude thing to say to me. And also just not true. I found out eventually.
Yeah, that is weirdly determining of him to be like, you'll never smoke weed, you fucking pussy.
I think I was like 9 or something. I had time.
John, coming to you. White chocolate, Jason Williams, yes or no?
Oh, I'm going to say yes because he was really popular when weed was villainized heavily. So I'm going to say yes.
It's not a bad guess, but no, he was not. Yeah, no, he was on the straight and narrow. He is like a huge weed head, though. He's like confirmed that a bunch. He's a big pot guy. But all right, Josh, throwing it to you. The aforementioned Jason Williams pick and roll partner, Chris Webber, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Webber was arrested for marijuana possession.
My God.
What a guy. This guy, he just gets cooler and cooler, man. He never stops.
Can't own a soul food restaurant and not have gotten arrested for marijuana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone who's worn Dada shoes has gotten arrested for
just the coolest guy. Yeah, the spinners on the shoes. Fuck it. The early aughts were a great time, weren't they? All right. This next one is going to Jack. Jack, former University of Miami football player and son of reggae legend Bob Marley, Rohan Marley.
I feel like saying no would be disrespectful, so I'm going to say yes.
It would be disrespectful to say no. Unfortunately, it's also the correct answer. This kid's a fucking pussy. He was in Miami and never got arrested for weed. With that last name, if you're a cop, do you even arrest him?
Yeah, he knows the police.
Oh.
If he goes, dude, I'm Bob Marley's son, you go, oh, dude, I'm so sorry. Get out of here.
They're like, let me hit this. I'll pass it back to you.
Yeah, let me hit you a few times because I imagine you are not the same color as me, and then hit your blood and I'll leave.
Yeah.
I heard your family shoots cops. So
yeah, that was a rumor. Someone started that one. All right, John, throwing it to you. Basketball legend Robert Parrish.
Yeah, I'm going to say it happened in the 60s, though.
It did happen. It wasn't in the 60s. It was in the 70s. Yeah, Robert Parrish was arrested. No, he was on the Celtics at the time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, pretty crazy. What a scary time that must have been to be black in the 70s and like famous and be arrested for weed.
Must have been in Boston.
Yeah. Scary.
Like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I did. All right, Josh, throwing it to you. Former NBA legend Bill Walton.
I know he smokes, but I don't think he's been arrested, so I'm going to say no.
He has not been arrested for marijuana. No, I don't know if anyone's catching on, but a lot of the white people tend to not get arrested. Michael Phelps, Jason Williams have seemed to stay out of trouble somehow. All right, Jack, throwing it to you here. The 1971 Cy Young Award winner, and I had to say all that because I don't think anyone else would know who he is if I didn't. Fergie Jenkins.
Oh, Fergie Jenkins? Yeah. I think I have my Fergie Jenkins jersey here somewhere if you wait a second. Unfortunately, I'm a huge Fergie Jenkins fan, and that was the one blight on his resume. He did get arrested for weed.
He did get arrested for weed. Are you being serious about being a Fergie Jenkins fan?
Yeah, I'll get my jersey real quick.
Yeah, good old Fergie Doobie Jenkins.
Former River Cat, Fergie Jenkins. Wait, Jack is really up from his desk. If he gets a Fergie Jenkins jersey, I'm going to laugh so hard.
Give him double points.
Yeah, if he does, I will give him definitely a second point. Because that's crazy. Because I literally, every time I do the show, nobody is ever a baseball fan. Nobody is ever. And I'm a fucking huge baseball fan. And so I was like, Fergie Jenkins is incredibly insane that he was, 1970, he was another black guy in the major leagues, 1971, getting arrested for weed. So I was like, that's remarkable, but
I just
no, come on, Jack. There's no need to duct tape the back of your jersey.
Oh
no, come on, Jack.
I wasn't gonna write Jenkins on the tape.
Pretend that your River Cats jersey was a Cubs jersey.
I thought the game was gonna keep going and I would have enough time to write Jenkins on it. I could see you guys going, I wonder if he'll come back.
Yeah, we waited for you. We really thought you were getting a Fergie Jenkins jersey. I was like, what are the chances? All right, John, coming to you here. Lamar Odom.
Yes.
No, Lamar Odom not arrested for weed. Yeah. Almost died of cocaine and a dick pill overdose.
Right, crack. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It wasn't weed, it was crack.
No weed. Right. Yeah. All right, Josh. Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warren Sapp did get arrested for weed. Yeah. Poor Warren. He can't stay out of trouble. If anyone remembers, Warren Sapp also had the police called on him by 2 hookers one time. On Super Bowl weekend because he refused to pay them $30,000 instead of $10,000. So that is fun about Warren Sapp. The guy likes to get down. Yeah. All right.
At a reasonable price.
Yeah. What's funny is like, if you're Warren Sapp, don't you just pay the extra you go, God damn it, I got here.
That's why you'll never be Warren Sapp. It's not
You don't think lineman would tear right through you with that attitude.
Okay, so here's the story, though.
Reason.
Here's the story, though. The girls went into the lobby of the hotel and made a whole stink about it. I think it's worth it just to pay the fucking price. To just be like, yeah, fuck, here's $30,000 instead of 10, you know? I guess that's why I'll never be Warren Sapp, though. All right, Jack, coming to you. Former Portland Jailblazer Rasheed Wallace.
Yes.
Yeah, he did, and it was with Damon Stoudemire, so that's fun. He got arrested with Stoudemire,
And it was on the court at the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was after he almost decapitated a man on the court, and he had to take a drug test. John, Michael Vick.
No.
He was arrested for marijuana. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but the dog stuff kind of overshadowed the weed stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I threw that one in there. I thought it'd be fun. Josh, Steve Kerr.
No, I don't think he's been arrested.
No, he hasn't been arrested for weed. You wouldn't have a job.
Has he been arrested at all?
Nah.
Seems like
he's just also a weed advocate guy, and I thought I'd throw another white guy in there, see if I could trick someone.
No, man, I know how the judicial system works.
Okay, we're coming to Jack here. Former, I don't know, former, maybe current MMA fighter Nick Diaz.
Coming back.
Big time weed guy. Nick and Nate, big time weed guys.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've been trying to trick us this whole game, you jigsaw motherfucker. I'm going to say no.
Just when you think I'm going to zig, I zag. He was arrested for weed. I'm elusive. You'll never figure me out. John, throwing it over to you. San Francisco Giants fucking legend, former two-time Cy Young Award winner, Tim Lincecum, the freak. Was he arrested for weed? Yes or no?
No.
Zig and zag, John. He sure was arrested for weed. Yeah, I think the only white guy on this list that was. Okay.
That's just San Francisco being progressive.
Yeah. You know, it was funny. After everyone found out that he smoked weed, he ended up putting out the Tim Lincecum In-N-Out challenge, which is like 2 triple burgers, 2 animal style fries, and 2 Neapolitan shakes or something like that. That's his In-N-Out order. Yeah, nasty. Dude's got some. I think he needs to go see a gastroenterologist or whatever that's called. All right. Who was that one? That was John, right? So we're going to Josh this time. Josh, Seattle Mariners, also a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, I believe. Felix Hernandez. No, he was not. Good job, Josh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complete guess. I don't even know
king.
who that is.
Oh, dude, he was the man back in the day. All right, Jack, throwing it to you. Randy Moss.
I don't think he was that cool.
He was awesome.
They called him King.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, Randy Moss was arrested. Yeah, for sure.
Should have been arrested for that disgusting act he committed at Lambeau Field where he fake mooned the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to cover my kids' eyes.
You and me both.
Boycotted the NFL for a year after that. Disgusting.
Yeah, us good Midwestern Packer fanboys. Yeah, we're outraged. Okay, John. Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Yes.
No, never for weed. Always for domestic violence, though.
Everything about that.
Just about.
Because he was smoking weed. It's a gateway drug.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, John. Actually, I'll give you a point out of because you're able to draw a good Ben Shapiro type argument out of it. Josh, throwing it to you here. NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Kareem got caught with, he got caught lacking. He should have ran away from the police. Should have went all OJ. That would have been good for his reputation. Put a little edge on him.
Yeah.
Joking. No, it is just interesting because Kareem was such like a, like buttoned up guy. He wasn't like, ever cocky on the court or anything like that. He really carried himself in like a private manner and shit. It's weird that he got arrested for weed. I don't know.
And he's all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, but he's like, he's like a devout Muslim who like, he like refused certain stuff because of Islam and stuff. So it's
and
weird.
He's writing books to this day. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, this is totally true. He's writing books from the view of Sherlock Holmes's brother, Mycroft Holmes, Like these are public. This is what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is doing with his time.
Yeah, he's like a full-on intellectual. But I
So
guess
he's still smoking weed.
yeah, that is a total weed idea, though.
I do have a question. Was he arrested as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Lew Alcindor?
I'm pretty sure it was as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't know for sure. I guess I could look that up, or maybe someone who's listening could pull that up and send it to us.
I don't want any false points being given to.
That's fair.
We'll call him the artist or the athlete formerly known as FKA Lew Alcindor. All right. I think that was a good end of that game. We got Jack with 20 points, John with 18, and Josh with 22. So Josh took a lead there.
Damn it.
It's okay. Got plenty of time here. This next game is called Listicles. I won't need to go on my whole rant again, but I really just hate that sports websites just do listicles instead of actual articles now. And so I like to make fun of them because they're always very bad and always very poorly thought out. Today's list is from 2017. That context is going to be important to know it's from 2017. It's from the website The Sportster, which I haven't really heard of, but it did come up when I Googled this list is the top 10 most or biggest asshole athletes in recent memory. So it's all recent people, so you're not going to see like a Ty Cobb on there or something like that. We will start with John. John, you can name all you. How it basically works is you're going to go around and name them until you can't anymore. The person who can name a person most recently will get 3 points. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool, John. You can name from 2017 this list of the 10 biggest asshole athletes.
Ron Artest.
Oh, no Ron Artest on the list. Not a bad guess, though. Josh?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor does come in at number 8. Jack?
What's the descriptor on them again?
Biggest asshole athletes of recent memory.
Asshole athletes. Okay. I'm going to go with, and I know you said recent, but I still feel like people think about the Pistons and the Bad Boys. I'm going to say Bill Laimbeer.
No Bill Laimbeer. I did forget to mention at the beginning of this game, it's a 2-life game now. No, all that kept happening is people kept getting eliminated first round, and then I would just read like 8 names, and it was never fun. So,
okay.
John and Jack, you both have a second life. Josh, you still have 2 lives, so if you mess up, you get another shot. John?
Williams.
No Venus Williams on the list. What a haymaker you threw there. Does everyone hate Venus, Serena's younger or older sister?
Didn't she go after a judge or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Around 2017?
Yeah, I see what you were going for. Yeah, no, this list is more like comprehensive in 2017. Okay, Josh, coming back to you. Kobe is number 4. Yeah, that was kind of one of my thoughts when telling you it was 2017 is I'm like, yeah, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel very distasteful if you made this list in 2020, you know? All right. Jack, a prayer here.
Yeah. So this is a long shot, but I think it's the best of what I got. I'm thinking